Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, we have this collection of moonstone cutting dies that are in a window stained glass theme, and they make cards like this one. Perfect for the holidays, perfect for weddings, christenings, so many things you can do with them. I can't wait to show you what I came up with, so come back and play with us. All right, let's take a look at this. We've got a stained glass window here that comes in two pieces for this die set. Looks like this. Very intricate, but it cuts beautifully. And then we've got this collection of word dies and the things like pray for you, you are blessed, and have faith. So I used both of those on this card. Let me show you first, this is a 6.5 by 5 inch card. And I actually covered the card with black cardstock, and then I cut down a little bit of a beautiful 12 by 12 luscious lace, and I used this one right here using one of those corners right up here at the top, and then die cut this beautiful window from black cardstock. Once I did that, I used this outline die to cut it from white cardstock, and then I placed one over the other. I forgot to grab it, but I liked to use sticky specks on this. There really aren't any pieces that would be like swirls or things that would kind of tear as you lifted them up, so this is a great one to use for sticky specks, and it just covered very beautifully. Then what I did was I did a little coloring with some tri-blend markers. And I used dark red, light green, blue, turquoise, and coral blend. I'll show you how I did that in a moment. And then I also added some little butterflies, and these are our butterfly dazzle stickers. There's multiple different sizes here. It's a great one to have in your toolbox. All right, so first thing I did was start around with this circle. And I'm not going to color all this, but I'm going to give you a little ideas here for shading. So I took my coral. If you're not familiar with tri-blend marker, there's a dark, a medium, and a light pen in 3 pens in one. And so I took the darkest pen and I just sort of made a line closest to the black cardstock edge, just like that. And then I went right to that lighter color, and I just colored that in and just sort of blending them. So there's just a little variation in color there, just to add a little more interest to the window. And what's great about the black cardstock is you don't have to worry about overlapping those edges, because the black cardstock is just sort of keeping you confined as you color and makes it very quick and easy. Then I went to the turquoise. Did the same thing with the darkest one, and I just went around kind of sticking the dark colors going towards the center. Okay, and then I went to the lightest color, and this one the light is still pretty dark on this color, which is great. It's got such rich color. Oops, see, I just skipped right out of the edge of that. And it's okay, because it's black cardstock. That's not going to show anyway. All right, and then I went to the green. This is the light green blend. For this one, I wanted it to be a little lighter, so I went to the medium shade. Did that same thing, kind of went towards the corners. That. And then I went to the light. Like that all the way around. All right, and then we got to the outside edges, which was the red, and that's just sort of this great little framing all the way around with that. Oops. And then I went back to the coral and just did the lightest shade of the coral here. And then I went back to the blue, did the lightest shade of blue here. And then bang, to the center, a little more red and a darker shade. Just did that, and just had fun with that, and then just kind of repeated these medallions. They're all over, just like that. And then placed that, foam taped that on my card. Maybe we can zoom out a little. Foam taped that on my card, right like that. And then die cut Praying for You from black cardstock, and then added my butterflies. Very simple, very fun. I just loved coloring that, just watched a little TV, and didn't take long at all. All right, so another idea that you can do with this die is to not use this edging die, okay, and to just use this one right on a card front. Now this one I cut down to 6 inches tall, it's 5 by 6, so that way this is going to pass through my machine, my die cutting machine with a 6-inch wide opening without any problem. So I just centered it right here, opened my card to lay flat, and then it just went through the machine, okay? So then you have this beautiful piece here. Then I added some beautiful gold dazzle stickers. These are gold pearl, the top and the bottom. And this is from the Pastel and Pearl Fancy Border Dazzle Stickers collection. And here's what the pearl looks like. There we go. Use that one right there. Lovely borders. And then I also die cut it again using gold metallic cardstock right here. And then I took my little scissors and I just cut away that center medallion. Went all the way around, cutting that out. And then once that is free of this background, then I just glued that circle of that medallion, just aligning them, okay? And then glued that there. And then opened the card and added one of these adorable little amber florets from 49 a Market. Even has the little leaf attached right here. It's so cute. Then on the inside of the card, I actually lined this with paper so that you could write a message and not worry about it showing through this beautiful scene in the front. So what I did was I used the new X-Ray Flowers 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. I used this one right up here in the corner. And I just cut the paper for this one using this little scene. It shows through a little bit. I used it right there and then just glued it just right in the fold of the card. So it still kind of flaps open like that. And then this one I just cut down a little bit more, and then I inked the edges with a little bit of Friar Brown ink, die cut the Praying for You from the gold metallic cardstock scraps that I had, and then this is a cutout from that collection and added that there. So yeah, that came together really quickly and I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. All right, so this one uses the beautiful cross die, you guys. Look at that. Very intricate and beautiful. This is what it looks like when you cut it just out of white cardstock. And for this card, I used for the base, this is the Dazzlem Cards Swirls. And it comes printed just like this. And then I used a little bit of khaki ink and my little blending tool and just did a little inking around the edges of that, very easy. And then I die cut this beautiful cross from this beautiful pink Miri cardstock. And then I also took a little bit of, this is olive suede paper, it's beautiful, and then we've got some pink glitter cardstock as well. And I just went ahead and cut just the top of the cross just to get that flower from both of those. And then I just took, excuse me, I just took the flowers and the little buds from this one and then just glued them right in, just filled them in, a little bit of paper piecing there. And then I took the leaves from this one and then glued those right there. And that was after I had glued the cross to the card, and then I just sort of pieced those right in there. Then I went ahead and die cut the You Are Blessed from black cardstock to kind of coordinate with that black script around it, and then added some jewel dazzles to decorate that. I've got the pink and purple Jewel Dazzle stickers, and using the little jewel picker is really handy with that, or even just a little pokey tool to help place those. Actually, I should mention, I need to jump back here. Before I did anything else to the card but ink the edge, which I'm going to demonstrate, I did do a little water spattering on it. So let me show you what I mean by that. If you look carefully right here, you'll see some watermarks on that. And it just adds a little bit of interest to that inking. So let's take a look. We're just going to have this closed. Got our little blending tool, a little bit of khaki ink, and then we're just going to go just like this, just around the edges. And you can go as dark or as light. I like to start off light and just go around 2 times. That way I can kind of control how dark I get it. All right. That's about all that takes right there. And then I just took a little bit of water. Now I have a little spritzer bottle, and I could spray it directly from that, but that puts out a little too much of a fine mist. So I'm just going to use this as a way to get some water on my hand. And then I just take my fingers and I just go like this, all the way around the card edges. And this just takes about 5 minutes to dry afterwards. But let's take a look. While I'm waiting for that to kind of absorb, I'm going to grab a little towel and kind of wipe off the ink here. Blow on my card a little bit and hope that it dries so I can show you. Right. There we go, it's starting. All right, so now you can see you're getting that watermark on your ink. It's just a really, really easy thing that you can do, especially when you're using an ink like this that is a dye-based ink. And what dye-based means is that it's also water-based. So it's like a watercolor ink, and it will allow you to kind of get that great pattern on there. So that's a little tip on that one. And then finally, you guys, I have another card idea for you here. This one I'm going to kind of start from the very beginning. So I'm starting with a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off the top. All right, and then I'm going to make a gatefold. So I started out with this. So this is 5 by 6 inches, 5 by 6 inches, because I cut 1/2 inch off. Then I opened my card and I scored it at 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches on each side. So if this is 5 inches, you're scoring it right down the middle, and then you're folding that in towards the center. That's our gatefold. Then I'm going to use 6 by 6 Wind Flowers patterned cardstock. Beautiful, beautiful paper. And I'm going to use 2 sheets that look like this, and I'm going to glue them. Oops, actually I'm going to glue them with the pattern of the flowers along the fold. So you would just glue that on there. There we go. Glue that on there, trim that off there. Glue another sheet on the other side. Trim that off there. Okay, and then I need to get out my window dies. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here they are. Okay. So once I've got that covered, now I'm going to do some cutting away here with one of these dies. Got to grab my right one here. There we go. So these are all marked on here, the sizes. This is die number 1, die number 2. I used die number 2. I opened up my card. Oh, I didn't use die number 2. Whoops. There we go. I used die number 3. I opened up my card to lay flat. I placed that right here. I taped it down, or if with little low-tack tape, or you could use a magnetic cutting mat. And then I put it through my die cutting machine. Now this is 6 inches wide card, so it'll pass through your Big Shot or your Gemini Junior 6-inch wide platform. So I did the one side of that, okay? Then this flap, placed it like this so that I wanted that image to align. So I placed it like that, taped this side down, and then I ran that through the die cutting machine as well. So that's how you're cutting that away to make that window open, all right? Inside of the card, I covered with a little bit of paper from that same 6x6 paper pack. I inked the edges all the way around using my blending tool and a little bit of black ink. So once that was all set, then I made this little piece right here. Got to get the right dies. Okay, this one I die cut from the purple 6x6 here, and I just placed it right there because I want to get that really beautiful corner piece right here. Okay, and once I got that, then I took the next size up, which is the number 1 die, and I die cut that from the coordinating solid cardstock, which is right here, and then inked the edges of that, glued that together. So you've just got this one piece. Then I took a blank white card, just like this one, and I took this one, no, got too many dies, you guys. Here we go. This is die number 1, okay? So I just placed it on the card, just like this, with the die edge running off the edge, all right? So that when I ran it through my machine, okay, this is only 5 inches wide, and I ran it through my machine, I got this, but the fold is intact, all right? Inside, took another one of those dies, used some of the extra paper from this one that I didn't use, and glued that right on the inside. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this to this. And my glue, it's gonna be so interactive. We're gonna glue this to this. And we're just gonna align those together. And then we're going to take this. So you sort of have a card within a card. And we're going to place that right here so that it's centered. Just like that. And open it up, it's nice and centered. I want to get that peak down a little bit. Everything's opening. I did get a little extra glue on the outside. We don't want to glue anything shut in there. All right, and then I have die cut the cross from the gold cardstock again, and I put a little pink, strawberry pink Jewel Dazzle sticker right on this, not Jewel Dazzle sticker, a pink strawberry crystal right in the center of that. Now we're just going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to glue that down. And I also have the little Have Faith. Right here, I die cut the words from dark blue paper from this solid paper pack and place that on the gold. We're going to place this right here. I want to make sure everything shows up. There we go. Whoa, got a lot of glue on there. I'll have to clean that up a little bit. This has a little bit of foam tape on the back. We're just going to glue that right there. I want to make sure that it's centered within the little gatefold windows. Make sure I clean up my glue. I kind of overdid it there, but it's going to dry clear, so we're good. There we go. All right, you guys, so what a presentation, right? You're going to send this to someone, they're going to open it there, and they can open it there as well for your nice little message. Fun, right? Okay, so got a great collection for you on these cards, you guys. I hope you check out that collection. They're really fun and beautiful to work with. I think I'm missing a card in my pile of stuff here. Beautiful to work with, really fun and easy. I definitely think you should check out the Money Saver. It's right over there. And we did use each item individually. If you look down below the video, here's my other card. And let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, look below the description box and you'll see a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page, and you'll see all the great deals in the Money Saver and all the items that we used. And hey, while you're on YouTube, a thumbs up is really appreciated. It helps people find our channel. And subscribe. We do 4 to 5 videos a week and we wouldn't want you to miss a thing. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.